Yeah, thinking that it happened overnight, it didn't. In it for the long haul flight, committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, I didn't. All bark but they don't bite, they timid. Thinking that it happened overnight, but it didn't. In it for the long haul flight, I'm committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, but I didn't. All bark but they don't bite, cause I'm timid. Look, wait. I got people trying to wish and pray that I'ma fall about it, all about it till we spoke in person. Don't wanna talk about it now, huh? Oh, you sound tough, toying with them, don't get wound up. How you wound up? Another number in the round up. Put the town up, I built this thing up from the ground up. And if I bounce up, I get my crown stuck. Green light go, got the east side flow. I'm a giant in the space like FIFA4. All the kids sing along like EIO. Every time when they see my show, thinking that it happened overnight, yeah, it didn't. In it for the long haul flight, committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, I didn't. All bark but they don't bite, they timid. Thinking that it happened overnight, but it didn't. In it for the long haul flight, I'm committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, but I didn't. All bark but they don't bite, cause I'm timid. Look, hey.
Esto es talento, we favor and you got no skill. I got drive, baby, ustedes son roadkill. Yeah, ya te dije, no están en mi carta perder. De pequeño estoy ungido, baby, y ese es mi flex. No me dieron nada por lo mío, José. 360 is your deal, man, I couldn't be me. Pa' mi frequency, te frequently. Matando esto con sabor y efficiency. No gasto tiempo, waste no time, not my money. Boss, baby, CEO del LLC. Lo tengo en un pánico. Dale rápido, quiero crecer y dar más fruto, algo botánico. Lo hice bien orgánico. Tomé el maquinón. Voy subiendo como espuma y tú bajando bien titánico. Out my way, I built this in a day. But you know I'm here now to stay. I'm hungry, boy, I'm not here to play.
Thinking that it happened overnight, it didn't. In it for the long haul flight, committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, I didn't. All bark but they don't bite, they timid. Thinking that it happened overnight, but it didn't. In it for the long haul flight, I'm committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, but I didn't. All bark but they don't bite, cause they timid. Look, wait.
Need reliable electrical solutions you can count on? The UES group of companies has got you covered. From electrical installations and repairs through to all your compliance and tagging requirements, United Electrical and United Essential Solutions are here to help. Whether it's commercial electrical projects or home renovations, United Electrical can help make it happen. Need to secure your investment with an automatic gate? We can be there from the start of manufacturing right through to the final installation. We even offer excavation services to reduce the need to employ multiple trades. Need to get your electrical equipment tagged to meet compliance? Our United Essential Solutions team are here to help. Appliance tagging, emergency lighting, switchboard inspections, building compliance? Look no further than United Essential. UES Group is 100% Australian owned and operated. We pride ourselves on our customer service and commitment. Visit uests.com.au or call 1-300-122-598 to learn more. Or find us on Facebook and Instagram.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
If you love the thrill of racing but hate the risks, then buckle up. Everything Simulated is here to merge adrenaline with absolute safety. In a world where technology meets adrenaline, Everything Simulated is revolutionizing driver training with state-of-the-art simulators. From truck training to the thrill of motorsports, our simulators offer the most realistic experiences across all automotive applications. Gone are the days of endless bookwork and basic drills. Now it's all about hands-on, pulse-pounding action that prepares you for the real deal. Whether you're maneuvering a heavy mining vehicle or racing a high-speed car, Our simulators, equipped with cutting-edge technology from leaders like SimRigs and TrackRacer, bring every nuance of the drive to life. And talk about making a mark. We're not just building simulators, we're fostering talent. From grassroots motorsports to professional series like the Aussie Outlaw GT3, sponsored by us, everything simulated is fueling dreams and careers. Ready to feel the excitement of the racetrack under your fingertips? Connect with us, and let's build your next simulator adventure together. Remember, we support those who support us. Join the Everything Simulated family, and let's race towards the future.
Ladies and gentlemen, ready for countdown.
Man, this is some of the greatest stuff I've ever heard. Ooh.
The tracks you'd forgotten about are the ones you love.
131 Retro.
These go to 11.
You experience the silence and the serenity, but then the suspense builds as you anticipate a field of 600 horsepower V8s dominating on NASCAR ovals. This is the OzOVals V8 Supercar Oval Racing Series. Are you ready?
And we are under green here at Phoenix Raceway. Oh, blown motor. Stick a fork in him, he's done. A little bit of karma being served up there, I think. Oh, they've taken each other out there across the infield. This is tragic.
Hello and welcome to Bluegrass Country in northern Kentucky. We're at round 5 of the OzOVals V8 Supercar Series at Kentucky Speedway. Brought to you, of course, by Inside Lane Productions, with thanks to our other sponsors, Everything Simulated, Team Watson Racing Setups, 131 Web Radio Network, and Burling Motor Group. I think you can already tell tonight's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be taking over a play-by-play role, and I'm going to be joined by Mr. Andy Barber. First of all, Andy, how are you doing?
Yeah, pretty good, mate. Pretty excited for this one. We did have Paul during the week say tag us into the car, and I thought, bugger it, why not? And see how he goes tonight. So pretty excited to see how he runs with the team and the strategy here at Kentucky.
Yes, sir. You heard him right. Paul is going to be taking over the 194, usually driven by Mr. Andy Barber. Paul's going to hop in it and see if he can't try to turn things around for the luck of Mr. Barber.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've raced him a few times back in the day, so he's quite capable of putting the car up there on the podium tonight. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes here at Kentucky. The 2.35 kilometer track length here and 125 laps tonight. And the fuel's going to really come into play as well. 30 to 40 laps around that mark. We're going to look to make those pit stops if we do go green off the start. And of course, we do have those 4 sets of tyres here tonight too, James.
Absolutely, and fuel mileage is going to be interesting. Guys are going to try to see if they can't stretch it and maybe turn it into a 3-stop race, but it's going to be difficult with the fuel limit and how well can they keep these tires under them.
Yeah, absolutely. Just trying to keep that right front under check tonight, and getting it in the long run and not trying to cook it will be one of the keys to the race here, as we do switch to the keys to the race, James.
Absolutely. Key number 1, embrace the mechanical grip. Trying to use the natural grip of these cars, because the aero wash is going to be difficult. You're not going to have a whole lot of grip to work with when you're back in traffic, especially here at Kentucky. That's a much flatter mile and a half than what we're used to with Charlotte, Las Vegas, etc. Key number 2, master the asymmetrical turns. Obviously, the both halves of the track are very different. To me, I've always felt like there's always a pretty good amount of grip in 1 and 2, but turn 3 never seems to have the amount of grip you want. You always kind of have to underdrive it into the corner to try to make sure you can get that rotation in the center and drive off. Those that can maximize as much speed as they can get through turn 3, that's going to be the difference here. The final key, tire strategy and race management. We're going to see who can save the tires, who can push later, who's going to absolutely annihilate their tires, and who's going to try to save but not be able to make it through traffic anyways.
That's right, and that's some of the sacrifice you have to make running up front and running at your own pace. And just looking at the overall season standings at the moment, it does see Ruben lead the series on 155 points there. Second to the Sim Boys, Troy Davidson, back on 119 points. And there's only 1 point back there to the Gremlin Motorsports car of Ryan Barber there.
Absolutely, and you got Matty Raymond there in P4 with Adam Malone, another Southern Stars car rounding out the top 5, who's actually tied with Gary Wellman for P5. Gary finally able to get the win a couple races ago. Puts them in a little closer contention. And then we have Kay Donnelly, Perry Anastakis, Daniel Blind, and Peter Matson hanging out in the top 10. That's a fantastic start to the season for Peter.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you noticed in the back end that there were very, very tight margins in between all of those drivers, I think around about 10 points, in fact, between 6 or 7 drivers there. So it really is anybody's game here tonight at Kentucky. And as James said, this tri-oval intermediate speedway can definitely throw up some oddballs. So we'll see how it goes throughout the race, and you might find people trying to take different racing lines into that turns 3 to get a nice run onto that front straight late in the run.
Absolutely, and here we are. It's the start for qualifying. We're on board with Tyson Carey. Kobe, do we have the foot cam? Are those rubber duckies? Rubber duckies! That's awesome. Oh, good view of Gaza. Oh, but man, the rubber ducky PJs, that is awesome for Tyson Carey.
It's chalk and cheese, isn't it? You got the rubber duckies happening there, and with Gary, you could almost pull a Peter Brock and put the arm on the window there while you're racing around here.
No kidding. And the rubber duckies are coming up big for Tyson Carey. He is provisional pole right now at a 32.730. New quick time. Craig Roffey shatters it with a 32.556. Over 2 tenths faster for Craig. Adam Malone jumps up to second. 32.656 for the number 3.
Yeah, we'll find it. The margins will get a little bit closer here as time goes on towards the back end of this qualifying session. But Craig Roffey punching out that 32.556 here to lead the way in quali. Second to Gary Wellman now popping up into second, 32.645. So very, very tight there for the top 3. So these guys are really, really putting it on the line to get the maximum out of this one lap.
Absolutely. And looking, our points leader has not put a single lap time in yet. At least I don't think he has. Where is he?
Be a bit of a strategy play, see where everybody plays out as Pariana Stackers now pops up to the top, 32.534. So Roffey 1-2 there in the with the 144 and the 030. Getting to about a minute and a half here to go in the qualifying session at Kentucky.
All right, and points leader has completed his laps, and it's gonna be new quick time. Point leader back to the top with a 32.521 for Ruben Phelps, just barely pipping Perry Anastakis. Fantastic lap for Perry.
Absolutely, and it's very Ruben-like as well. You know, you don't hear from him, and then at the very end, he just pops up there and sitting P1 at the moment provisionally. We have a look at Caleb O'Connor here, driver in focus, rookie, number 7, see what he's got as he crosses the line here. 45 seconds to go here in the session.
Absolutely. And we're going to go ahead and take our chance to get our first break in, and we will be back with the starting lineup.
Need reliable electrical solutions you can count on? The UES group of companies has got you covered. From electrical installations and repairs through to all your compliance and tagging requirements, United Electrical and United Essential Solutions are here to help. Whether it's commercial electrical projects or home renovations, United Electrical can help make it happen. Need to secure your investment with an automatic gate? We can be there from the start of manufacturing right through to the final installation. We even offer excavation services to reduce the need to employ multiple trades. Need to get your electrical equipment tagged to meet compliance? Our United Essential Solutions team are here to help. Appliance tagging, emergency lighting, switchboard inspections, building compliance? Look no further than United Essential. UES Group is 100% Australian owned and operated. We pride ourselves on our customer service and commitment. Visit uestas.com.au or call 1-300-122-598 to learn more. Or find us on Facebook and Instagram.
Alrighty, we are back, and we are back with the starting grid. Your pole sitter, Ruben Phelps in the 06 next to the 144, Perry Anasakis. Row 2 will feature the 030 Craig Roffey and the 1 of Gary Wellman. Have a all Southern Stars row 3 with Adam Malone in the 3 and Paul Jackson, the super sub, in the 194. Tyson Carey in the 10 next to the 41 of Kay Donnelly. Rounding out the top 10 is the 90 and Nigel Patton and the 34 Jacob Dean.
And onto the 6th row, we have Tony Roffey for Rogue Sim Sports and also Craig Roffey there by his side in the 99 for Rogue. Over the page, we have in 13th, Junior sitting there for the Southern Stars and Dan Glynn, 14th. In 15th, we got Nick Walsh from the Sim Boys there, and Pete Matson's starting out the 16th position tonight. Rolling over, 17th, we've got Gerard Daly and Jake Atkinson in 18th. In 19th, we got the Red Sim Boy Troy Davidson, and out of 20th, Caleb O'Connor in the number 7.
And then we have the 022 of Barry Neal and the 83 of Matty Raymond, row 11. Derek Jacobs in the 27, then the 242 of Colin Bennett in 25th, and then 26th is the 016 of Scott McClintock. And real quick before we go green, race picks. My pick is going to be the 030 of Craig Roffey. Andy.
Yeah, well, I had to just go with the 194 tonight, so I'll definitely be barracking for that car and hopefully can come away with the win.
And let's see how quickly he can turn his mic on. Kobe, who's yours?
Well, thankfully I already have my mic turned on in anticipation. I've gone with, not so much of a dark horse, but he's not known to win week in, week out, but I've gone with Kay Donnelly. He has it in him, I know he does. And with that, I'm going to stop talking and flapping my gums, hand over to you, because we're about to race.
Yes, sir. And Cade, he dropped on the grid, but was able to get back into the session in time without missing the start. As you see the pace car making the hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Ruben Phelps will lead us to the restart zone. And green means go, and we are underway at Kentucky.
It looks like a great start there from Ruben. Yep, 125 laps the distance here tonight, and Craig Roffey already right on the back of Ruben on that start, so not letting him get away as they get into formation here the first couple of laps and try and settle in. But the championship leader, Ruben, leads it down the back straight for the first time of 125.
Yeah, you saw Perry jump out of the line pretty much immediately. Obviously, Perry wanting to focus on tire saving as here comes Craig to the lead. That's going to be Craig Roffey leading lap 1 barely. Adam Malone almost took it from him.
Yeah, and I kind of get the sneaking suspicion that Ruben's in the same boat going high there as well. So already strategies starting to play out here in lap 2. So people will be opting to either conserve or run up the front. And that's where we're going to see this fuel play out and the tyre. So already 2 laps down. And we do have Craig Roffey leading the way over Adam Malone.
Yeah, and as you saw right behind, there was a lot of close quarters between Pat and I believe Junior. So far, Paul is really going conservative. He's fallen down to P22 right now, just trying to get the feel and let all these crazy people just throw haymakers at each other.
Absolutely. Probably wouldn't be a too bad idea. But more interesting to see Adam leading out the front here. Usually he's the fuel conserver, and yeah, so it's definitely interesting to see him going kind of against his normal strategy here. But yep, I would probably be in the same boat as Paul and just trying to manage that tyre here, because if we do have a long green run, which I suspect we will have here, that, you know, that's going to pay dividends towards the end of that run.
Absolutely, and Adam has his mirrors full with rubber ducky. Tyson Carey trying to take the lead. I tell you, Andy, we were talking about it a lot last week. Tyson has really stepped up his game this season. This is the best runs we have seen from the 10 car in the entirety of his time here in OzOVal.
Yeah, absolutely, and well, especially for tonight, who knew that Ducks would be so fast here at Kentucky? But yeah, no, I do remember actually rubbing doors with him down the main stretch of Indy last week. So he's definitely one to watch, and he's certainly putting the pressure here on the back of Adam and trying to make him, stretch it out or work his own fuel load. So you could really get in behind this car and try and run him a little bit harder and try and run your competitor a little bit more out of fuel, which may, you may jump him in the pits if you get a really good stop.
Absolutely, and you see they have pretty much walked away from the field right now. About a second clear Wellman. So we have 3 wide, a little further back. A couple of the Fox 9 car cars along with Gerard Daly.
Yeah, we have a really look at this battle pack down through the tribal section here, 3 wide. We've got Parry in there as well. He's kind of opting for a line there, and he tries to get on the inside and follow Ruben there as Craig Roffey drops down in front of him in the 6th, 7th, 8th position. So this is pretty much from 7th through to 12th to 15th. So quite an angry pack we have here, and just trying to sort out who's who in the zoo and what plays. Oh, Pete Madsen, a big send into 3. And that's something you've got to be mindful of too, because that does have ramifications on that right-hand front tyre. So these guys are certainly racing for keeps here tonight.
Absolutely. Saw him get almost too close to Kim Roffey. Kim fighting on the high side, trying. And Pat's going to be able to jump up and clear Kim. You see a whole Rogues gallery with all the Rogues cars.
Yeah, especially when they fan out. And it looks like Gary's tried to bridge the gap and has taken half a second out of the 2 guys that checked out in front. So he's slowly starting to claw his way back to those leaders as well.
Yeah, he has already cleaved half a second off in like the last lap alone.
Yep, just seeing Adam there and how this is going to play out, being the leader and still leading here, ticking over to nearly lap 10 here at Kentucky. So it's going to be interesting to see when he does opt to pit, because technically he should be the first one to do so. But having said that, he does have an angry pack behind him, and we can see here Parry Anastakis and Craig Roffey there as well. A few other the usual suspects in there, and all utilising that draft and trying to save that fuel at the same time.
Oh no, he's running down a wreck! Oh man, Nigel Pat just absolutely, they're still plowing in! Oh man!
That was the 194, I swear to God.
Oh man, contact between Tony Roffey and Nigel Patton puts both cars in the wall, and then I don't know if this is a whole lot of ARCA break or what, but just a lot of late arrivals to this one. Now break it down for us, Andy.
Yeah, just taking a look at here, and it looks like, Nigel and Tony do get hooked up just on that back fence. It's quite easy to do just with that little overlap, but Nigel does have a wall there. He can't go any further right, and you see here they're getting hooked up there. Ooh, and then, teammate. A couple of teams, and then...
Oh my God, Paul! Holy crackers!
You need to see on board, Kobe.
Yeah, we need to follow on board with our colleague. Good gracious, Paul.
So here we are, right on board here. The 194 Paul Jackson, and we do have that accident happening up ahead here, so got to kind of knock the speed off and kind of pick the gap. But how he managed to get through this closing gap, I can't care to explain that.
Holy!
I thought you'd seen it all.
My goodness. Oh, we're Well, we're gonna go ahead and take a break and catch our breath after that one. We'll be back shortly.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
Need reliable electrical solutions you can count on? The UES group of companies has got you covered. From electrical installations and repairs through to all your compliance and tagging requirements, United Electrical and United Essential Solutions are here to help. Whether it's commercial electrical projects or home renovations, United Electrical can help make it happen. Need to secure your investment with an automatic gate? We can be there from the start of manufacturing right through to the final installation. We even offer excavation services to reduce the need to employ multiple trades. Need to get your electrical equipment tagged to meet compliance? Our United Essential Solutions team are here to help. Appliance tagging, emergency lighting, switchboard inspections, building compliance? Look no further than United Essential. UES Group is 100% Australian owned and operated. We pride ourselves on our customer service and commitment. Visit uests.com.au or call 1-300-122-598 to learn more. Or find us on Facebook and Instagram.
Alrighty, we are back and we are just about ready to get back to it.
Yeah, first question of the night, lap 13.
Yeah, it didn't take long, did it, Andy?
It didn't take long. They were certainly racing big heaps there, but yeah, it's actually not that hard to do, getting an overlap with these cars down the back stretch there, but just unfortunate for some cars getting stuck into it and some unavoidable instances, but avoidable for some as we go back to green here tonight.
Absolutely. Adam Malone will lead us back to the restart zone. Green means going. We're backed away at Kentucky. A huge jump from Adam Malone.
Yeah, it seems like he got a little bit better of a jump than what Ruben did at the initial start, and he does have a little bit of a gap there, around about half a second, but that might close within the next couple of laps. Quite handy for a green white checker though.
Absolutely, and that's going to allow Tyson Carey to follow him back and retake P2. Now Wellman has his hands full with the Simboy teammate Kay Donnelly. Kobe's pick up into third place.
Yeah, you got a couple of Simboys in there. You've got Kate Donnelly, Gary Wellman, and in behind there, Ruben Phelps. So he's in that top five. Harry Anastakis and the Roffies as well. So everyone trying to settle in now into their routine. Now, a lot of these guys, some of them probably wouldn't have taken a set of tyres. Some may have. That all comes down to strategy and call.
Yeah. How many tires do we get again?
That's 4 sets.
4 sets. Oof. Yeah, you don't have many to use up, especially if they're going to need to pit as many times as we think fuel-wise.
Yeah, that's right. And
go on.
Yeah, that's right. And, that could come back to you towards the end of the race. So if I was in that situation, I probably would have stopped and filled it up and just kept that rubber on it and see how we go here.
Absolutely, and it makes you wonder how that worked out for those that were clearly trying to save at the beginning of the race, like a Phelps, like an Anastakis.
Yeah, we're kind of seeing a repeat of that first stint there with Adam Malone and Tyson out front, and a little bit more of a gap back to Kay Donnelly in third, and then Junior in fourth as well. So You might see that margin again. Cade Donnelly try and bridge that gap and then try to get up to those leaders and race them as well. But Adam Malone, once again, burning a little bit more fuel out that front there and setting the pace here as we're 17 laps down of 125.
Yeah, it looks like Gary's also starting to focus a little bit on conservation as he's chilling in P5 as Cade tries to get closer and closer to the lead duo.
Tyson Carey just sticking on the back there of Adam Malone. And you can see Cade Donnelly now has bridged the gap, so he'll come into play here and just watch what these two are doing. So if you can get close to the back of Tyson Carey's car and Adam Malone, he's going high, taking a little bit of a different line. But he can sit there and save a little bit of fuel, which he seems he might roll out, or he can just attack these guys. So it'll be interesting to see what play he does as they go into turn one here.
Meanwhile, a little further back, contact between Daniel Blinn and I believe Gerard Daly. Oh, and a little bit of contact between Daly and Neal.
Yeah, we got Nicholas Walsh there on the inside as well, taking advantage of two cars on that inside there, Blinn and Matty Ray.
Yeah, big send is here we go. Tyson Carey gets by Malone and he will take over the lead of this race.
Yeah, he's got those fast ducks, and yeah, it's got him to the lead now, so he will get a bonus point for leading the race, I think. I'm fairly sure he does. So that'll be nice to tick that off, but he's stretching those legs out in front, and Adam will be a little bit relieved too, just to get in behind and start saving a little bit of fuel as well.
Absolutely. Rubber Ducky, you're the one in P1 right now.
Yeah, and word has it on the street, I think Kobe alluded to that there's a little bit of clutching happening as well, so that's interesting to see, trying to stretch out that lap count.
Yeah, it's amazing all the tricks you guys have up your sleeves to try to stretch the fuel as long as you can.
Yeah, that's right. Wow. You never know what's going to happen in one of these races, so you kind of like go with the flow and try and go with the best green flag scenario here. But Adam's certainly not letting Tyson get away there at the front. He's just sitting right there in the back hammer, and Cade Donnelly in the 41 there, just sitting in behind there and watching these two boys. And it's like Junior and Wellman running out that top five.
Yeah, to follow up on what you were talking about earlier, that's one of the worst feelings behind the wheel when you're looking at your fuel gauge and you're seeing that you're going to be just a bit short, and you're just playing back all the times earlier in the run where you're like, if I just done that, if I made more of an effort, save that little bit, I'd be in a much better position. It's such a helpless feeling.
Yeah, that's right, and that's why it was kind of Cade Donnelly now right on the back of Tyson Carey. It's a drag race down the back straight here into 3, so he's definitely going to get that done. Dives down to the inside, so now it looks like Cade Donnelly now is going to retain or obtain the race lead. Adam Malone up in a second there. But as you were just touching on, that's why it's a bit strange that Adam was running up the front there, because usually he's the conserver, and 9 times out of 10 Junior's the one that runs out front and burns that more fuel. So yeah, interesting to see how that all goes. And sometimes you can even, in a team scenario, kind of throw a decoy, that is, have 2 or 3 cars on one scenario sitting back and saving, where you've got another car that you just send up the front and run it hard.
Interesting. A little sneak peek into the Southern Stars playbook I think we just got here.
I wonder if Paul Jackson's surviving down in the team chat. We kind of dumped him down there tonight, but yeah, that's all part and the parcel of sticking your hand up for it. And yeah, no, he's doing a good job so far. Where's he sitting on the ladder right now?
You mean to tell me that you put that poor man into having to deal with 125 laps in the same voice chat as Junior? It's bad enough he has to deal with my annoying behind every Sunday night. God,
I thought he was doing me
I
thought he was doing me a favor, but clearly it's some form of punishment. So. But no, he's doing a great job, and I did have a look during that last commercial break that we did have, and he kind of split that gap, and he went through there around about 150 kilometers an hour. So he really took the do not scratch the car tonight, literally. But so far he's done a great job.
Yeah, and I believe I made a joke along the lines of you needing a seat replacement.
Yeah, we're going to set fire to it and yeah, throw it out and buy a brand new one. I think probably best. There's looks like Adam Malone now taking advantage of Cade Donnelly and Junior just sitting there as well. Speak of the devil with Gary Wellman out the P5, and I kind of get these feeling these guys are kind of just sitting there and clutching and saving that fuel and trying to get the benefit once we do go green, because it looks like green flag stops. You know, anything can happen, and that's where it'll really pay dividends here.
Yeah, all the conserving and switching positions and switching back. It's like we're watching an F1 race now.
Yeah, 100%, and it's just interesting watching Gary as well, just maintaining that pace in 5th and saving fuel, and he's, you know, one of the guys that, you know, race week in, week out, and he's one of the best fuel conservers there is, along with Adam too, so those guys will probably be trying to stretch it out, as well as Ruben as well. He's got a championship here to fight for, and he's had a brilliant start to the year so far, so he's definitely, it's his championship to lose this year, and it's great to see him back there, and I think he's just been on the podium nearly every race, so it just goes to show on board here with the TWR car, yeah, basically that he's really good at that fuel conservation, looking after the tyres and being there at the end, because being there at the end is where it counts, and that's when you do win races.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, we only have one confirmed retirement. Nigel Patton has left the building, but we have several cars on pit road that haven't retired, but we're pretty sure are done for the night. Whoa, this is getting hairy going into turn 1. Big checkup between Gary and Craig. Oh, that got nerve-wracking. Whoa, and a big move from Tyson Carey going defensive while Perry on a stock is down the back straightaway. Oh, a little bit of contact between the 23 and the 05. Oh, God, all of a sudden everything has just gotten... I don't even know what to say. Aggression is ramped up out of nowhere.
Yeah, really fired up with Barry Deal there at the back, but also Troy Davison watching up a little bit, and Ruben opening the door, going a little bit wide. So these guys are starting to get really, really aggressive in this angry pack here. So we are looking at like pretty much like from the 5th down to the 10th position here. So they're going to bash doors here. Oh, coming on the front straight. Troy Davison gives him a little bit of room, but they're almost 3 wide. They are 3 wide coming down this tri-oval at Kentucky.
You see Ruben sending it around the outside. He's going to clear Tyson, not going to clear Perry.
Yeah, it's really ramped up here, so yeah, the pace and throwing haymakers at each other. So this, you know, if it does go green, this might come at a cost. So we'll see how this plays out. But definitely all very, very racy here tonight. Banging doors, swapping paint. And that's what you expect from these boys racing hard week in, week out.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, we're nearly 3 wide for the lead. Junior and Malone side by side. Cade was heavily wanting to shoot it through the middle.
Yep, looks like a Stars drag race down the back straight, and Donnelly trying to spoil the party, and he does. He really just sticks it up there. And Ruben coming up as well, driving to the front. So these boys, it's really, really going to start get heated here at the front. Who wants to lead this one?
And don't look now, here comes Phelps. And Barry coming out of nowhere, throwing his hat into the ring. The baby blue oval making his way into the top 5. Here
Yep,
comes
doing well.
Phelps.
Ooh, contact on the back from Donnelly on the back of Junior, the leader there. And looks like Adam Malone on that high line. Barry sticking with Adam on that high side. Ruben sticking on that low line, following Cade Donnelly through down here at the Tri-Val. So they had 2x2, 2 lanes here. Certainly not single file anymore.
No, it's not. It makes you wonder what's going through their minds now. Like, definitely doesn't seem like they're conserving any, but I'm curious on why the conservation efforts have now gone out the window. As you see, oh, another bump from Donnelly to Barber, rather.
Yeah, it's going to get very tight here, and yes, it's really switched up from, around. They're connected. They're car on the wall.
Man, caution is out.
That's Adam. So Adam Malone, getting hooked up there into that outside fence. I didn't catch which car that was. We'll definitely go back and have a look at the 131 Retro Radio replay here. And it looks like Barry Neal just getting tangled up there on that tri-oval section. And Adam Malone coming worse off for wear up the top there in that Mustang.
Yeah, you see Barry jumps to the outside. And Kay kind of comes up a little bit there on the bottom because I don't think he knew that they were 3 wide. Adam kind of goes up a little more, trying to give room, and he had a little bit of extra room there on the inside, but you know as well as I do, Andy, that you never truly know how much room you have, especially in situations like that, where Adam's just doing the best he can to give all the room he can.
100%, and it's very hard to see in these cockpits of these cars as well, so you're correct in, seeing the vicinity, knowing the vicinity of your car, and that one was kind of very similar to that first caution there in nature, so quite easy to do and get hooked up there, but Adam Malone definitely coming off second best, and you can see, I can see on the left front of Barry Neal there, he's got a little bit of damage on the front there as well, so he'll be looking to get this fixed in this pit stop. Junior does lead them onto pit road here, so these guys will be doing their pit stops and any repairs that need to get done as they file on through. And we're around that lap 37 mark now, so if there are any guys that didn't take tyres in that first run, they'll definitely be looking to slap one of those sets on now.
Yeah, and it's not inconvenient timing for them. They can still make 2 more stops for the rest of the race and still be able to make it comfortably. Tyson Carey slid his box a little bit. That's gonna cost Rubber Ducky a couple positions here.
And it looks like Kate Donnelly there's won the race off pit road, so he'll come out and lead the Blue Sim Boy there, second to Junior. And we're on board here. We can see Gary Wellman down there on the bottom right-hand side here tonight. And make sure that you do also interact with us on the broadcast as well on the YouTube channel, and chuck your comments there and any questions you do have, and enjoy the race like we are. But looks like Gary's just cruising there under caution there, James, and just working out what he wants to do. You're right, with where this caution fell on the race is pretty much where they pretty wanted to pit, so it really doesn't have that much effect on the race as such in distance so far.
Absolutely. Now that they've finished their stop, go ahead and get a quick word with our colleague. Let's call up old Paul Jackson and see how he's doing.
Let's do it.
Paul, James in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, mate. How you going?
Oh, I'm going all right. How are you going? Gonna get a quick word with you. How is the car feeling so far?
Yeah, a bit of an adjustment. Obviously, I haven't run much with the car, so I could have picked an easier track to sit out there, Andy. But yeah, it's going all right. Just cruising. First sort of run was just doing a bit of fuel saving, and compared to the other boys, saved a few extra laps already in the early sort of laps. So clutching was going pretty good, and tyre wear was great as well. But obviously that first caution come out and need to change my race suit going through the middle there.
Yeah, we discussed about throwing out the seat or maybe burning it later. So Yeah, no, you made it through that gap there at 150 k's an hour. So you took the don't scratch the car pretty literally so far. But no, you're doing a great job so far, so good. And just hope everyone down there's behaving themselves.
Yeah, not much going on. Az and Junior just having a bit of a chat about how they're going, but yeah, obviously Az getting into that last one, so unfortunate there. He was saying the car was going pretty good for him, so.
All right, and just as we get to go green here, I'll just quickly ask you before we throw you back there, did you take some rubber and a fresh tank of fuel?
Yeah, that time, yeah. Took the rubber that time, yeah.
Cool, and it kind of lands on where you need to pit in lappage anyway, so it shouldn't really stuff with the strategy too much. But I'll let you get on with it, mate. Good job so far, and yeah, hopefully we'll see you up the front.
No worries, thanks. Have a good one.
Yeah, Paul Jackson doing an awesome job stepping in for us tonight, and it all came about because just, you know what, during the week he said tag me in, and I thought, you know what, stuff it, we will. So we squared it all up, and we strapped him in, chucked him in the team, and yeah, get him out the booth for a week. What do you reckon, James?
Yeah, it's a heck of an idea. This is a lot of fun, and he's doing well so far. Not as well as his teammate Ryan Barber, currently holding on to the lead over Cade. Sorry to cut you out there, Andy.
No, you're right there, and it is still tight at the front here. You're right, Junior does lead off from Cade Donnelly. I noticed they were banging doors just prior to the safety car there, so sending a couple of telegrams to each other, but Cade Donnelly is certainly on the back of him there. As we look on screen here, we can see the Roffies now, Kim Roffey and Parry Anastakis there, Nicholas Walsh. They're down around the 8th, 9th and 10th position. So these guys, as you heard, probably got a full tank of fuel, fresh rubber. So they'll be resetting here and seeing what happens and how this one plays out. So big send down there for Nicholas Walsh.
Yeah. It was nearly problematic for him and Parry Anastakis. Yep, you see 3 wide. Kim Roffey, Blinn, and Peter Madsen. Daniel backs out of it, wisely so.
Yeah, Kim Roffey does wrap them up, both of them.
Oh, no, Kim's going around! Just as you said that!
Commentator's curse.
See, it's really easy to do that, isn't it?
No, I thought that was your job, actually. So we'll have a look at the replay there. Kim Roffey, yeah, he did sweep down and get those 2 cars and sit back in line. So we'll see what happens here. Looks like Pete Madsen, they're going 3 wide down the straight here. And we do have Dan Blinn on the inside. So just stay on board with this. See Kim, he does try and swing down there to the bottom. Gets him behind Harry. And, oh, Dan, just a little bit of contact on the rear, I think, there unsettled him.
Yeah, I think Perry had to check up to avoid running over her teammate Perry Anastakis. Blinn just not able to... Honestly, I had no idea what was going on. You can't really see in front of the in front with these giant ass wings. But yeah, unfortunate.
Yeah, it's really hard to see and determine where you are, and especially in the supercar here. So we're just having a look at that replay and watch them get connected up. And yeah, it's kind of unfortunate, kind of reminiscent of Indy in a way where Craig and I got together and we kind of both straightened up, but Adam just couldn't check up in time, and you know that's that. You know, you get a bit of a push when your car's off angle a little, and the rest is history.
Yeah, just trying to get a look at some of the others involved.
So we can see the rear contact there.
Yeah, it just goes up. Oh, Gerard Daly just barely gets clipped. You see Blinn's Fox 1 teammate Tyson Carey, Rubber Ducky, involved in this one too.
Yeah, and this has triggered another flurry of pit stops as well. So this will be a chance to top up the car with fuel just for those extra couple of laps. So they'll leave the tyres on it. And that's what a few of these have opted to do. And it looks like Kim relatively got away with that quite easily, but there was another car that went up towards the fence there, but relatively harmless. Most of them got away with that one, thankfully.
Yeah, unfortunately seeing some significant front damage on the 10 of Tyson Carey. That Mustang is center punch something fierce. I'm surprised that he didn't bring it down to get repairs, Andy.
Yeah, that is interesting. And also, Pete Matson and Tyson Carey stayed out as well. So, not sure if they're going to... I think there might be another quick caution coming up or something, but that's a different strategy play again there with those two guys in behind the safety car. Lap 45 here at 125 at Kentucky so far. Third caution of the night, but see the stint there. 7 laps, is it? Yeah, 7 laps these guys have got on the tyres. There's top 2 there. And also another runner, Dean, down there in the 34 car at 7. I think he might actually have a little bit of damage on pit road.
Yeah, he is 8 laps down, is the 34 Jacob Dean, after getting involved in the first caution of the night.
Yep, so those two opting to stay out, so we'll see how they go on the restart, and they'll have a little bit less rubber than the guys behind. But you'd probably find the majority of them didn't take rubber, so it should be fairly even. But fuel-wise, there will be an offset of 7 laps with these guys, so if we do go green here, it will kind of take Pete Matson and Tyson Carey out of a little bit.
Yeah, now that potentially could put on offer just making it one more stop to the end. We'll see what everyone can put together and what they might be able to swing here with the fuel mileage as we are getting ready to get back going.
Yep, you make a very good point with the distance and hammering that clutch. It really does. It could save you 3 or 4 laps if you clutch and really look after the car, especially in draft. There's a lot of guys that have mastered the art of being fast, running up the front and clutching as well, which blows my mind. So, yeah, there'll be lots of different strategies and calls happening here as Pete Matson now. Safety car peels into pit road. Lap 46 going to tick over lap 47 here at Kentucky round 5, and Pete Matson here is going to lead us away.
Huge jump for Matson. He is running away. See what that 10 car has left with that damage, as here comes Ryan Barber. He is going to clear easy.
He's taking out Cade Donnelly.
Yeah, Cade following him through.
Yep, those two have kind of been stuck together like glue for the last 20 or 30 laps, Junior and Cade Donnelly. So Donnelly would just have the crosshairs on the back of that car and just watching how he goes in the strategy. And we can also see Ruben now taking advantage with a bit more free wide action down here for the triangle. Paul Jackson ahead of a couple there. We do see the 05 dropping down behind the race leader, the 173 Pete Matson at the moment, fanning back here. Looks like Troy Davidson now.
Man, Matson, he's going defensive, trying to hold Ryan off, fighting hard, flying up a lane and a half, trying to keep that 05 behind. Oh, Junior is just bump drafting, shoving Peter Matson down the front straightaway. He dives to the outside. He's got the run and he's got the fresher rubber. And he's going to just about clear. He will. But
yep,
Peter not giving up.
Is Pete going to return the favour here for the Morse code on the rear as well? Junior's going to say, he's going to get on the rear and try and go as fast as he can. Cade Donnelly now battling it out with Ruben for the 3rd and 4th position as they come through the triangle. Cade Donnelly and Ruben there. So they'll go side by side here into one. Oh, and
contact! Right side rubbing for those two as Phelps is going to get the position, and Peter Matson, he's not giving up, sending it to the inside of turn 3. Oh, Ryan shuts the door in his face.
Yep, he certainly does, and Pete's giving him a good run too. So good on him. This is a great race, and between 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, there's a couple of good battles going on here, and they're not afraid to get close to each other. That's for sure tonight.
Absolutely is. Oh, big run through the center of the corner for Madsen. Is he going to be able to use that momentum to his advantage? But he's got to worry about Phelps and Donnelly in his mirror. Oh, big sit from Cade, nearly contact into turn 3.
Yeah, it's the three-way battle here. You couldn't really fit a cigarette paper in between those two cars at the front, but they're also dragging up Davidson and Wellman into the fight as well. So we're going to have a 5-way fight here at the front, but Junior, again, slamming the door, shutting the door there on Matson, and they're all definitely, they're not playing around.
It's a good thing Peter's such a chill guy. I feel like if Ryan was to try that with the car behind Peter Madsen, it would go much, much differently.
Yeah, but such a chill guy. The car looks very aggressive here tonight, and he's just poking the nose out, and some of this is mind games as well, and what's Junior doing? Is he looking forward, or is he looking back to what these guys are doing? And again, there's another scrap here. There's Ruben now on I think it was the outside, and Gary Wellman, and it's really, really tight at the front going into 3. And turn 3, this is the tyre burner of the corner too, so how much do you want to fight if we go green on a long run, because it's going to hurt.
Absolutely. And we talked about Tyson Carey in his season. Peter Madsen is also having a phenomenal turnaround. This is the best I've seen Peter run, hanging in the top 10 in points, and that's with being involved in one of the late race wrecks at Indy last week, despite being near the front at that point. So it is a great season so far for Peter Madsen, and he is backing it up with another phenomenal performance right there, completely in the thick of things.
Yeah, 100%, and he's really got it by the scruff of the neck here tonight, and taking it to the leaders and racing them hard up the front and pushing them, and really, really saying, look, I'm here and I'm here to race. So he's doing a fantastic job here. And as you said, he's had a blinder of a season so far. So it's great to see him up front, a couple of fresh faces and new names up towards the front. So we hope that does continue throughout the season. And if anything's to go by tonight, he's definitely going to be up the top sooner rather than later. So great job by him. And I wouldn't discount him even out for a race win tonight.
Absolutely, and you see the 10 to Tyson Carey, the damage doesn't seem to be affecting him all that much. He is still right there in a commanding P6, knocking on the door of Davidson. As you see Madsen back to the inside of Barber. Oh, Peter sliding up a little bit. Junior carrying the momentum off of the corner, but not gonna clear. Peter hangs on.
Yeah, he's doing a great job, and he's running Junior high as well and keeping him pinned up there. So that's going to, burn his rubber a little bit more. So there's a lot more head games going on here than what we can see. But these guys are certainly battling it out. And you've got the Sim boys in there ready to strike, Ruben as well. So, so a plethora of great drivers up the front here. And that's why we're getting such quality racing here between these top 10, really. Anybody can, get in there and start swinging. So Junior leading the way from Matson and Donnelly. Great job so far. What's this, like 10 laps swinging haymakers at each other?
Yeah, no kidding. And it's interesting. I am curious on what the tires are going to look like for Ryan here pretty soon. He's got the clean air, but he is working them, trying to hold onto it and hold off all comers. It does make you a little worry, Andy, on what the tire situation for the 05 is going to be here in 15-20 laps.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably be more concerned about the fuel situation than the tire. I think he would just be out in front just trying to keep that rhythm. But throwing these blocks as Pete Matson, he shows the nose like that. You've got to really block. That does take its toll on the tire there. So, all of these guys, I don't know. They're all using it and burning it, in my opinion, as they go under and over each other. A couple of ones to note, though, is Troy Davison and Gary Wellman. Those guys are just sitting back and watching their fuel. Now, Pete Madsen now is going to try and reclaim the lead out of 3 side-by-side drag race through the tri-oval. And who's going to get to the line first? It might be Madsen this time. Oh, that was 0.001.
Oh, yeah, Ryan just barely got him at the line.
I did see .001 as they crossed the line there, but it looks like Junior again's got it back. But Pete Matson is doing a great job running that low line and getting that car really, really turned tonight. He's done a great job with that. So he's really, really got that car dialed in, to be fair. And
we are on a pretty big battle here towards the back half of the top 10. Got Perianosakis and Matty Raymond. And here comes Paul. Paul's starting to make his way up through the field.
Very, very nice on board, looking after the car, and he's sitting back there behind Matty Ray. And these guys, you got to watch these guys, because sitting at the back here, these might be the ones to watch later, because you got to remember all these guys up the front, they're punching out fast times and they're throwing it inside and outside of each other. But these guys sitting up the back here, conserving fuel, clutching. You know, if we do go green, being lap 62 of 125 here at Kentucky, we may see a switch up. We may see a lot shorter pit stops for these guys and jump them in the pit road.
Yeah, and I'd be kind of nervously looking at those two, you know. Matty Raymond and Perianosakis, two of the most cerebral drivers in the series. You know, they're really good at having that foresight and being able to conserve and stretch out their equipment. So if they're just chilling in the back like that, not really pushing it, it makes you nervous if you're one of the cars in the top 5, in the top 10, who have been pushing from seemingly the get-go. Oh, there's side-by-side contact, Barber and Donnelly, and here comes Matson trying to take it 3. Oh, boy! And I think there was contact between Matson and Barber, which sent Ryan into Cade.
Yeah, a little bit of swap and paint down the back straight there, as he does tuck back into the 4th position there. But they did fan out 3 wide for a while, but Pete Matson up to that 2nd position. I think Cade wasn't happy over the race chat radio there, but these guys are playing for keeps and rubbing down the back straight. And as you say, James, it's pretty hard to see in these cars, but yeah, they're definitely giving it all they've got.
Yeah, I don't think Cade knew that there was the contact between Ryan and Matson that kind of moved him up into him. That was able to let Phelps by into 3rd, and now here he comes for 2nd. See, Ryan goes wide on entry, trying to block him off a little bit there, Andy.
Yep, and it's, yeah, the quiet ones that you don't mention are the ones you got to watch out for. As we look at Pete Matson here on board, he's gone again down to that bottom line now. Ruben's coming up into the top 3. And Ruben's one of the dudes that sat back a couple of positions there as well for a couple of laps. So we can start to see now some of those guys start to come up to the podium contention positions and try and battle for that lead. But these two, Pete Matson and Junior, pretty much been in a locked battle for the last 25 laps with 3 or 4 other cars. And now Ruben now definitely getting a big run down this back straight. Yeah, and Junior and Ruben aren't afraid to rub doors either, so they'll all be getting stuck into it and going as quick as they can.
No, they are not. We've seen that happen a time or two here on Inside Lane Productions. As here he comes with the run, looking to the outside. Ryan shuts the door and then pulls a little bit of a side draft on Matson on corner entry. That's going to keep both of them at bay for now for Barber. But here comes Cade with the run through the center.
Yeah, there's 4 cars here for the battle. There's not just 2, there's 4 of these guys. And yeah, you know, Ruben's kind of showing the nose and making these guys try and, you know, race aggressively. So you can kind of, you know, try and play a bit of mind games, I guess, and try and stick your nose here and annoy someone there and, you know, throw in blocks and pushes. So, yeah, these guys are, all 4 of these guys are doing a great job. But Cade Donnelly now on the back of Junior. So he might, you know, give him a little bit of a bump back and say, remember me, as he does. And rightly so. So, yeah, Rubbin's racing. That's what we're here for. And yeah, it's great to see these guys getting stuck into it. And he did have a look on that outside. There was nothing doing there. But yeah, Junior definitely knows that blue Simboy car is there, and you'd certainly feel it.
Absolutely.
You know, and all the while that those guys do, you know, and play games up there together, Pete Matson down the bottom, he's just got a pin. So, you know, he might pop out with the race lead if those guys...
Oh, this isn't going to end well. Massive defensive line from Matson, and Phelps going to pull the slider, basically. Get the move, but here comes Matson on the crossover.
Yeah, just, you know, that really shallow entry into turn 3, you just lose that momentum down the tri-oval, and these guys will get him back. But, yeah, big send, and, yeah, that's probably the shallowest entry I've seen into turn 3 all night.
Yeah, I have no idea how that didn't end up worse, but they survive and we stay green as Adam Malone has officially called it a night. Is another big defensive move from Matson on Cade, and I don't know if that's the guy you want to do that to. I think Cade will let him get away with it maybe one more time before he launches Peter to Ohio. Oh, Peter Matson. Yep, he's bringing it in this time.
Yeah, he's had enough. He's going to pull himself out this line, get some rubber, get some fuel, and yeah, try and get on it now. We do have Junior and Kay Donnelly now leading, so this will pluck him out of the order. So we'll watch him there. Oh, very, very tough entry there, and Ruben almost into the back of Matson.
Yeah, Peter called it out, but I don't know if Phelps got the memo there. That was nearly abject disaster for our point leader. That allowed Phelps and Donnelly to start to pull away a bit. About half a second plus over the pack.
Yeah, we've seen that gap open up again, and I'd probably hate to see the state of some of these Dunlop Supermaxes by this stage of the run. I'd say a few of them would start to be getting fried. Definitely hot on that right front. I mean, you can't just race around here like they have been for 30 laps and not have a consequence. So different
to shreds, you say?
Yeah, absolutely. And different people will have different levels of rubber now. So we'll see how that does play out. People like Troy Davidson there on screen, you know, up to third. He was just sitting there, just watching all that play out for the last 15 to 20 laps. So, you know, he might have a little bit better rubber under him than what the preceding two cars do. So we'll see how that goes, and he might even have a longer run on the fuel too.
Absolutely, as we see Barry Neal get the pass done on Tyson Carey for the last spot in the top 10. Neal's car really doesn't seem all that worse for the wear after his incident with Malone in the last caution.
Yeah, no, it looks like that right-hand front has been all fixed up by the pit crew there, so he should be back to straight and up to speed, and he is getting up there in the top 10, so I'd expect him to see him further up the order once these pit stops do play out, remembering too, he did sit there on the back and save a lot of fuel there too, so coming up to those green flag stops, it'll be interesting to see where Barry does pop out.
And you see Matty Raymond starting to make his way up. Though the interesting thing is Perry is still down in 16th. I figured Perry would have probably started to make a little more of a move by now, especially with Matty Ray making his.
Yeah, not sure how much fuel they've got left on this run. Might be around about 5 to 10 laps here. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out, but yeah, interesting to note that he hasn't come up as well, so we'll keep an eye on that. But yeah, just remember to hit us up and like and subscribe onto the channel here, Inside Lane, and shout out to everyone listening here tonight and enjoying the racing. Drag races down the back straight here between these guys, so great racing, and as long as you're on the comments, shout out, and we'll try and yeah, shout out.
As you say that, Phelps trying the slider on Ryan and Barber having none of it.
Yep, and these two guys will race side by side. They're not afraid to rub doors. And Ruben does shut the door.
Barely clear, but Ryan not giving up, sends it into turn 3. Phelps is going to have the momentum off on the high side. Not helping him much across the line.
Yeah, I think just being pinned on that inside. Being pinned on the inside, I think, is just, kind of just keeping him at bay there on that high side. But I'm really surprised that these guys haven't really fried the front of these tyres. They're really, really sticking in there. So,
no kidding. As Tyson Carey is bringing his 10 car onto pit road, also stayed out with Peter Madsen on that last caution. So, whoa, hang on to her, Tyson. He got it down, and it doesn't look like there's a black flag. So, him and Madsen are definitely going to have to make one more stop here.
Yeah, and there will be an art to getting this car down on the pit road, especially on the end of a run like this, with such an intense battle too, coming in on that worn hot rubber and trying to get it settled down and into pit road fast is easier said than done. And there's quite an art to getting it in there as well. So, and knowing who is pitting as well, we saw just before with Madsen and Ruben, there is the potential there for cars to get caught up. So we'll see how that does play out. But Junior and Ruben up the front there, definitely trading paint and doing a great job for first and second. But then you've got the Sim boys there as well, Kate Donnelly, Troy Davison, Craig Roffey now into the mixed top 5. We haven't really spoken much about Craig Roffey tonight too, and that's dangerous because that's when those guys pop up and have been sitting down there and saving fuel. So we'll see how that red 030 does go sitting in P52 tonight. One to watch.
Absolutely, and right behind Craig is the one of Gary Wellman trying to follow him through. As these two, these three, these four continue to battle for the lead. But here comes Craig Ryan super close to the wall. I don't know if he made contact, but I don't know if he had a whole lot of room to spare.
Yeah, no, it just looked like a little bit of a wash up there, and I think that, that right-hand front, it starts to get tight in the corner and wash up, and then, you got to try and cool it down. So, see how he goes. He'll try and get it back down on this low line, but he does have Roffey in that 030 attacking on that outside now.
Yeah, you know how you were asking how much longer can these guys go on this pace? I think we're starting to see from the 05, not much longer.
Is it almost dinner time, is it?
As there comes Craig trying to fight for the outside, and here comes Wellman. Gary almost pushing Craig Roffey through the corner, trying to get by Ryan Barber. He's going to just about have it clear.
Yep, and he does have it clear there now and gets the job done. So he'll slot in, and you notice these guys now a little bit more single file opposed to double file and fighting at the front now. So it has tamed down a little bit here as Ruben Phelps, the series leader, does lead the race here on lap 84 or 125 at Kentucky. So we'll see when Ruben is going to pull the trigger and pit as well. We do have one car on the outside there, lap cars of Atkinson. He's one of our new drivers, doing a great job and just making sure he's getting clear of the field there. So that was a great job by him. But Ruben definitely got a pin there, and Kate Donnelly and a couple of Sim boys in behind just sticking there. So they'll be watching him and seeing what play he does make. We do have another car feeding out the backstretch.
Now here we go. Daniel Blinn, he's bringing it down to pit road this time by.
Yeah, so we'll see him bringing it into pit road. And this is what we're talking about, a controlled entry.
Oh no! Gerard Daly puts it into the pit road wall.
Just gave a little lick to that inside wall, and I was just about to say, yeah, that's, just trying to bring and arrest the speed of this car and getting there. So we'll go on board here as we're here in the background. A couple of other cars now getting ready to pit, but we'll stay on with this and just trying to bring down the car and get it settled in. And, it's hard. Maybe you might pinch the rears, and it looks like that's the case. And and he's just got the inside pit wall there.
Ooh. He hit kind of a invisible ramp of sorts before he actually hit the wall. That was weird, and I think that actually might have helped him mitigate some of the damage. Paul Jackson bringing it in. Kim Roffey brought it down the lap before. So
Yep, he's standing out with those purple wheels tonight, so Paul bringing it in now, and he does have Harry Anastakis, who does take advantage of a quite fast entry there, and I think he might actually get him.
yeah, it looks like it. As you see, Phelps and Donnelly side by side for the lead. This battle has not... Oh, big move from Cade!
Big crossover.
Oh, Phelps! Oh, cuts off the nose of Cade Donnelly. That could have ended in tears for both of them.
Yeah, he ain't playing.
Davidson trying to make it onto pit road sideways. Drifting and somehow no penalty. My goodness, Troy. No idea how he avoided a black flag on that one. Is another big move from Cade. Oh, I don't know how many more times Ruben can do that.
That's the second big crossover I've seen him
Oh,
throw.
no, and they're both pitting this time. Oh, boy.
That's where they were side by side in that pit entry.
Oh, black flag, Cade Donnelly and Ruben Phelps.
The black flag.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
And
both black flagged. So both drivers receiving a penalty, racing themselves into the pit entry. Gary Wellman now out front. We talked about fuel conservation, one of the best conservers in the league, and here he is. Number one's on his car for a reason, and a lot of that is his fuel conservation. Roffey into the pits now, but big developing story there too. Two of those cars racing into pit road. Both got to serve those blacks.
And that is the first major misstep for our championship leader this season.
And I reckon it was those two racing each other so hard to just try and get to the pit road first. And, you know, I think they just both got too eager. And I tell you what, you know, a 40-second hold is a long time. Gary Wellman now into the pit road, and he's done a great job. So, once again, stretched it out, leads the race, and in he comes in. So, he'll be able to take less fuel here.
And Peter Matson has brought it back down. He had a meatball.
No, that's strange.
Sure what? Yeah, he just came down like 10 laps ago.
He did have a little bit of damage on that car pre-existing there, so we'll just have a look here on the footage, and it does see that he is bringing it in there, but did have a tiny little bit of damage, but nothing that would represent a meatball.
The only thing that I can figure is maybe somehow he didn't end up taking tires. It's the only thing that makes sense to me on that.
Yeah, potentially, and then maybe pop the tyre as a result. But we do have Matty Ray and Junior there as well. And Kim Roffey in behind. He was involved in an incident earlier tonight, but nice recovery from him. Didn't really hurt him too much. A bit of a field spread now after those green flag stops have been done. So we'll keep an eye on these black flags, though. Big story for our championship leader here, Ruben Phelps, with the black flag as Cade Donnelly too. And those guys will be coming in to serve them, and they'll get plucked out of that order. So we'll see where they do end up. But that is an advantage to the rest of these drivers in the field, and they'll be moving up a couple of spots as a result.
Absolutely, and I think we're going to go ahead and get in another break, and we will be back shortly.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
Need reliable electrical solutions you can count on? The UES group of companies has got you covered. From electrical installations and repairs through to all your compliance and tagging requirements, United Electrical and United Essential Solutions are here to help. Whether it's commercial electrical projects or home renovations, United Electrical can help make it happen. Need to secure your investment with an automatic gate? We can be there from the start of manufacturing right through to the final installation. We even offer excavation services to reduce the need to employ multiple trades. Need to get your electrical equipment tagged to meet compliance? Our United Essential Solutions team are here to help. Appliance tagging, emergency lighting, switchboard inspections, building compliance? Look no further than United Essential. UES Group is 100% Australian owned and operated. We pride ourselves on our customer service and commitment. Visit uests.com.au or call 1-300-122-598 to learn more. Or find us on Facebook and Instagram.
Ladies and gentlemen, ready for countdown.
Man, this is some of the greatest stuff I've ever heard. Ooh.
The tracks you'd forgotten about are the ones you love.
131 Retro.
These go to 11.
And we are back, and you see here's the battle for the lead. Wellman versus Rafi with Barry Neal and Troy Davidson right there behind.
Yeah, absolutely. My little prediction earlier was right with Barry sitting back there. Now he's up towards he's in a top 3 position now. So as we get towards 100 laps into this race here for round 5 at Kentucky. And now we have 4 other players at the front: Gary Wellman, Craig Roffey, Barry Neal, and Troy Davidson. And to be fair, these are probably the 4 best fuel savers in the field. So it's no surprise to see these guys up here with a little bit of a gap back there to the next guys in Junior and Matty Ray.
Oh no, connection drop for Tyson Carey. The rubber ducky sank.
No. That's the worst feeling. I had that earlier in the year, and it's the worst feeling ever if you have a connection issue and you drop out, and you've put so much into the race tonight, and hopefully you can get that reset and get back into the server quite quickly and carry on. But a bit unfortunate there for Tyson tonight.
Yeah, it's certainly not anything I have experience with in this league at Iowa.
Oh yeah? Not mentioning any specific tracks?
No, none in question.
None beginning with I or ending with an A?
Nope. Certainly not. Nope.
Is that in your is that word in your 4-letter naughty word category?
Pain.
Yep.
Anyways, enough of my suffering. Here we are back with this lead battle. They have not left each other at all since we've come back from break.
No, and they've kind of maintained that gap as well to the second little pack they're forming in behind. So these guys now are racing towards the finish. They should technically be fueled up, you'd think so, especially with Gary and his saving methods there. He might have a little bit more on board to run at the front as well. And remember too that we do have those green-white checkers in play. So, green-white checkers are not a stranger on 1.5 milers historically. So, it's very important to make sure that you do have that covered for fuel too.
Absolutely. And to follow up with the big story from before we went to break, Kay Donnelly and Ruben Phillips are both 1 lap down, 15 and 16. So they are doing the caution dance hardcore right now.
Yeah, they're paying the price for racing each other into the pit road there, and they both got murdered, unfortunately, and now they're both back 1 lap down, and Kate Donnelly is in front of Ruben at the moment, so he's technically the lucky dog. Pete Matson also in play for the lucky dog position, and for those playing at home, the lucky dog is, if you're a lap down and you're the first one down, there's a caution, you will get a wave around. So if there is any of those in the future, it looks like Kate Donnelly will get back on the lead lap, but that may put our series and championship leader Ruben still that lap down. So it's very, very important that Ruben needs to get ahead of Kate here.
And there they are, and they're not that far from the lead quartet. So there's a chance that these two might be able to get their lap back the old-fashioned way there, Andy.
Yep, and it looks like Ruben now is going underneath the 0.5.
Pulling the slider on Ryan.
Yep. I don't know how Ruben can get so close to cars. He's a specialist when it comes to knowing the periphery of his car. And but yeah, getting back to the original story here, Kate Donnelly and Ruben, they're both not stupid. They know they're racing each other here for Lucky Dog. So it'll be interesting to see what those two guys do buried further down in the pack for the Lucky Dog. But back to the lead, the number 1, Gary Wellman, leading the way here from the 030, Craig Roffey, and Barry Neal just sitting in behind. He's been quite assassin tonight. Involved in a little bit of an early incident, but he looks like he's got that damage fixed, and he's back into the podium position. Craig Roffey now starting to really put the screws down on the back of Gary Wellman now.
Yeah, the champ wanting to put himself out front. So we are under 20 laps to go here.
Yep, the countdown's on, so who's got the best rubber and who's going to look after their stuff with something to fight for at the end. But given the battles throughout each stint this evening here at Kentucky, round 5, we're going to be in for a heck of a finish if we're going to see a battle like we have.
Absolutely.
You can almost guarantee like 3, 4, 5 of these cars are just going to battle it out with 2 laps to go and just, go the big send. They all want the win. They're all hungry. Points on the line here, so Gary's sitting equal 5th in the championship at the moment, and not the best ideal start for our series champion, but he's now clawing his way up to the pointy end and doing a great job there. So he's in a commanding position tonight to also capitalize on that too. So who knows, he may even break into the top 3 if his night keeps going the way it is now.
And this is the time to strike. The door is wide open with the huge loss of points with Phelps's mistake.
That's right. It throws the door open for a lot of guys. And if you remember at the top of the broadcast, we did look at the series points, and it's very, very tight between, I'd say, 4th to 11th in this series. There's even separations of 1 to 2 points in some instances, and that may even be a position here. So these guys are just going to fight until the very end and for every point.
As you see, they've started to separate a little bit. You see, there goes Cade past Barry.
Yeah, starting to get in rhythm and work out what they're going to do. But Roffey is still very, very aggressive on the back of Wellman there. And pushing him down the front in the back stretch. And I'm also keeping one eye on that little battle between Donnelly and Ruben as well. Donnelly's still got that upper hand there. So if anything goes pear-shaped up the front here, it looks like Donnelly is in the position for the lucky dog. But look how aggressive Roffey is on the back of the Simboy's car there, James.
Oh. Meanwhile, Tyson Carey gave us an update. Apparently his entire computer just locked up and had to manually turn it off to get back in. Unfortunate for Tyson. As they are continuing to battle hard.
Poor Tyson.
Troy, go on, Andy.
Yeah, I was just saying that's really ducked. But anyway, the battle's on the front here. Donnelly now Kay Donnelly is definitely starting to get racy with these boys. Looks like Roffy's on the high line. We might see a big send in here. And Wellman commanding position here. Watch Donnelly. He's on the move up here. Yep,
So
there we go. A big send up the inside.
I think we might be delayed just a little bit. I don't think we're quite live. There we go.
There you go. Looks like Kay did get that position done. Looks like Roffy up high. Barry Neal and Ruben and Junior starting to make his way up now. We're getting lap 113 of 125. So now starting to get to the pointy end. Very, very racy between Ruben and Junior. Bit of contact pushing Junior, pushing Ruben down the back straight there and pushing him closer to the front. So this is going to start heating up, James, and we're going to start seeing what we did see before with what do we got here? 8 cars starting to throw boxing punches at each other for the win here tonight in Kentucky.
Absolutely. You saw things got real close between these two just a lap ago.
Yep, they're not afraid to exchange paint and rub doors, and yeah, definitely getting close there. Barry Neal now is leading the way on that high line. He's got Roffy in behind, but Cade Donnelly now has got a commanding lead over his...
Whoa, stop me for right behind them! It's a big save for Barber. I don't know how he hung on to it. That's going to separate this pack. Matty Ray was able to get by and trying hard to stay connected to these 5. I think he's just barely going to do it.
Yeah, he's not that far back either from this pack, so a pretty good save to not lose too much time.
As we're 3 wide. Barry trying to work past Cade to hold off Gary.
Yep. We can see Gary on that right-hand side corner as well. We can see the cockpit view of Gary. Oh, 3 wide here.
If you're Phelps, I'd say just, stick by with, although now with Cade getting passed by Gary again, there kind of goes that theory. I was going to say just wait behind. Oh. Whoa! Oh, contact between Neal and Cade!
Yeah, Barry getting his hands dirty, burying it down into turn 3 there, and they're going to try and almost push 3 wide again, looking from the rear view back towards Barry Neal here, and he's going to try and peg it on that inside line and try and keep it pinned there, keep Kay Donnelly up high. And yeah, definitely a big send there, and he's going to shut the door. He's going to get the run. He's going to get it done.
Yeah, and that's important because the more he fights, the better that benefits Cade's teammate, Gary Wellman, trying to run away now. But with Barry... Oh, we got a caution! Ryan Barber. Unfortunate times for my co-commentator here. What happened to the 05?
No idea. We're going to find out. Oh, he blew his engine. No, what did he downchange accidentally?
I don't... He must have, but that is... Why would he even be downshifting?
Oh, really? Quite scary, the reflection in the mirror.
Oh, no, yeah, I saw it jump down to 4th.
Yeah, he was redlining 5th, and then he hit 4th, yep. Engine ain't gonna like that.
Wow.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, and the car just comes and arrests to a stop there. He had no choice to tow back to the pit road, yeah. Unfortunately, just plucked the lower gear. These cars are sequential shifters, so yeah, you bump your shifter there, you could potentially do that. But looks like we got people diving into the pits now. Wellman in. We've got a flurry of activity on the pit road late.
And the recipient of the lucky dog will be Cade Donnelly. All that fighting pays off.
Yep, and it does keep our series leader that lap down and keeps him pinned down there. So that's what we were afraid of before. And I thought they were going to battle each other a little bit harder, but they kind of just kind of conserved a little bit. But yeah, Cade Donnelly now will find himself back on that lead lap.
Yeah. Now, Phelps is going to be able to take the wave around with those cars pitting. So
there you go. So that'll get them both on.
Yep. Ruben
Right.
will have some work to do with not being able to pit and get fresh tires, if he even has any tires left.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the guys are having a bit of driver chat about lucky dog position now and where that is falling and sorting themselves out here. But that's certainly going to mix it up for the race as we go to the restart. And I tell you what, if both those boys, the 41 and the 06, do get back on the lead lap together, they're going to be hungry and they're going to be coming at the end, I can assure you that. And we'll have a look at the 194 here. Paul Jackson, he's done a great job all night. He really has, actually, to be honest, James. And, yeah, made him work for it tonight. Made him work up a bit more of a sweat than rather sitting up here.
Absolutely, but...
yeah, should we drag him up?
Let's do it.
That's what we'll drag the 194 driver in, Paul Jackson. 6 laps to go here under safety car, and Ruben getting that wave around there. And now we brought him up and we'll cross over. Paul Blocker, how's it going, mate, tonight? You're doing pretty good, mate. Hanging in there, 6 to go, straight car. What's happening, mate? What's the
yeah, need a shoulder replacement, but going all right. And I was just gaining on Daniel Blinko for 11th, but then that caution come out. So obviously a fresh set of tyres now. I can just push pretty hard now and see how we go. Hope for a top 10.
So do you reckon most of those front running guys have got to use their last set of rubber, kind of saved it throughout the race and just put it on there for a big send at the end here tonight?
Yeah, everyone would have saved and taken tyres just then. So that first caution early on, no one would have taken them unless they forgot to turn them off. But yeah, everyone should be on fresh rubber now.
Well, James, he's done a pretty good job so far, mate. He's a little bit more kinder on the gearboxes than Junior. What do you reckon?
Absolutely. It's a blast watching you out there, Paul. Hopefully you can get out there and pull off a few more positions here.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I don't like these restarts. The car gets pretty loose on the restart, so I haven't worked that one out yet with only a couple of restarts. So we'll see how we go.
That's all right, mate. Well, we'll chuck it back down there, but at the end, big send, brother, and send her home and, try and get a win.
Alrighty, no worries.
As we are now green flag with just 5 laps to go from Kentucky. A big send from Wellman trying to get to the outside of Rafi, and he got the wall, and here comes Barry Neal with a massive run.
Yep, and that fresh rubber has reinvigorated this pack here at the front, so they're going to be strapping it. They're going to be giving it their all and burning the tyres off these cars and going full send, so prepare for some action for these closing laps because these guys will just be duking out to the end. And, don't be surprised if you see... Oh, Barry Neal almost in the side of Robbie! Don't be surprised if you see very, very small margins at the end here.
Oh, Phelps in the wall in the back! Meanwhile, Peter Matson got a black flag for something. Andy, can you see if you can look into that as we're coming to 3 laps to go as they are trying to track down Troy Davidson, who is running away from these two. I think you spoke through spectators, so we wouldn't have been able to hear you on that.
Oh, that's okay. I'll get onto that carefully.
But Wellman trying to run down Davidson. Oh man, just look at these 3 trying to battle. Looked like Troy was gonna be able to maybe run away with it, but I don't think so. 2 laps to go. Here comes Wellman to the outside of his teammate. Here comes Neal trying to make it 3. Oh, and it's gonna be 4. Rafi going on the apron. Basically, he's gonna take the lead with a wild move. What a move by Craig Rafi.
Yep, these guys playing for kicks here. Wellman now on the inside, and Troy Davidson now looking on the inside. Craig Rafi with the lead, though. Wellman there. And Barry Neal, what's he got for these guys? We're coming down to 1 to go.
Let's see. Oh, Barry trying to keep Wellman back, but Wellman's not giving up as we're going to be 3 wide for the lead once again. Craig has the shorter line, more speed, but Barry's going to have the momentum off of the high side. But are they going to have enough time? Here comes the run. We're almost 4 wide into turn 3. Neil trying to get to the inside of Wellman. Oh, and there's going to be contact. Gary trying to hang on to it as coming off of turn 4, heading to the checkered. Craig Roffey wins the Kentucky. 4 wide for second, and it's Davidson. Troy Davidson will get P2. Oh my goodness.
What a finish, what a race. Craig Roffey with the W here tonight at Kentucky. Yeah, he just checked out at the end there and just drove, but I tell you what, the send in between the guys in behind those 3, everything to fight for at the line, fresh rubber, but what a great result there for Craig Roffey. Troy Davidson ends up in the P2 position, and Matty Ray comes away with a 3rd place at the podium there tonight, so great job. And Wellman still getting some really good points there, just on the outside in 4th position, so he missed out. He got unfortunate at the end after such a commanding lead, but yeah, he's certainly got our swagger points, and Barry Neal rounding out the 5.
And Matty Ray able to bring it home, the final step of the podium. Gary Wellman able to hang on to it, but drops down to P4. My goodness. And Jocko Paul brings it home in the top 10, P10. How about it?
Nice. That's great. Yeah, no, it was great to 194 to finish tonight, so that was really, really good. And yeah, I'll chat to him during the week and try and rat out a few secrets, but great job by him. Didn't put a mark on it tonight. And but Craig Roffey here, your race winner, the 030, burning down the house on the front stretch. And I tell you, I'd love to see how Matty Ray came back for that 3rd. I tell you, what a run.
No kidding. As Roffey burns down, we're going to take a break and catch our breath on that one.
Need a defibrillator.
No kidding. We'll be back shortly.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
Need reliable electrical solutions you can count on? The UES group of companies has got you covered. From electrical installations and repairs through to all your compliance and tagging requirements, United Electrical and United Essential Solutions are here to help. Whether it's commercial electrical projects or home renovations, United Electrical can help make it happen. Need to secure your investment with an automatic gate? We can be there from the start of manufacturing right through to the final installation. We even offer excavation services to reduce the need to employ multiple trades. Need to get your electrical equipment tagged to meet compliance? Our United Essential Solutions team are here to help. Appliance tagging, emergency lighting, switchboard inspections, building compliance? Look no further than United Essential. UES Group is 100% Australian owned and operated. We pride ourselves on our customer service and commitment. Visit uestas.com.au or call 1-300-122-598 to learn more. Or find us on Facebook and Instagram.
All right, we are back, and we are ready to talk to our... Well, first let's go ahead and go through the final results for tonight's epic show at Kentucky. Your race winner, Craig Roffey from Troy Davidson and Matty Raymond. Gary Wellman and Barry Neal round out the top 5. Perry Anastakis, Kim Rafi, Nicholas Walsh, Daniel Blinn, and Paul Jackson round out the top 10. Take it away, Andy.
Yeah, rolling over to 11th, Scotty McClintock there. Good run for him. Just outside the top 10, Colin Bennett in P12, Gerard Daly finishing in the 13th position. Ruben Phelps, the series leader for SRM, down in 14th there. And then the first of our lap cars, Pete Matson. What a showing from him tonight. Really saw some great racing and, you know, some awesome aggression from him. So that's a highlight for me tonight. Kay Donnelly in the 16th position. 17th, Tyson Kerry Jr. Ryan Barber in 18th. Jacob Dean 19th. And Jake Atkinson in the 20th as we roll over the page.
Alrighty, and then we have Derek Jacobs, Caleb O'Connor, Adam Malone, Nigel Patton, Tony Raffi, and Jason Tyerman rounding out the field. And now we have our third place finisher of Matty Ray. How you doing, Matty?
Hey boys, how you going? That was an exciting finish, that one, wasn't it?
No kidding. Take us through the finish from your point of view. That last lap was wild, coming to the checkered, 4 wide for P2.
Was it 4, was it? Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was 4, 5, 6, 7 for all I knew, but yeah, I saw a bit of a gap open up and sort of stick my nose in it, but yeah, I quickly saw, like, as I was coming up to it, there was cars fanning out. I thought, oh geez, we're going to be at least 3 wide here, so yeah, just hold it flat, hope for the best and try to hang on to it. Got a bit lucky there.
Yeah, it's just a pretty crazy race between the on-track action and the pit stops. How much fuel did you have to save there on that final run? Like, if we didn't get that caution, was everybody going to be able to make it to the end, no problem?
I doubt it very much. I wouldn't have, because I wasn't even going to attempt to try and save it. Maybe if he clutched it, because Ruben was pretty confident. He was like, yeah, I should be able to do it. But then we got that other quick caution. I was like, oh sweet, that should marry up just nice, like, for one more stop on the way home. And yeah, yellows and all that sort of carry on and all that. And Ruben ended up shooting himself in the foot a little bit, getting a pit speeding penalty, I think it was. I'm not sure.
Yep.
Anyway, so yeah, I had to pull my finger out and do his duty, mate, get on the podium.
Yeah, I would have loved to be on the team comms there on the radio when Ruben was drag racing Cade into the pit road there, and they both got the blacks. It would have been not that
what happened, was it?
Yeah, mate.
I didn't see it, but all I heard was, oh, you know what?
Yeah, well, they were battling it out for 3-4 laps, and then they decided to pit together, and then they kind of raced each other to the line, and then both paid the price for it.
They were finding each other tonight more than bloody your lad and Rubes normally find each other on track, by the sound of it.
No, there was, and brings me to my question of, you know, kind of like a thief in the night result tonight. You kind of sat back there like you usually do, as the gentleman you are. Really like racing with you. It's really fun. And you sat back there and you watched all that unfold. So, you know, what was going through your mind when you saw all those guys throwing haymakers at the front for like 10, 15 laps?
Well, firstly, cheers, mate. That's heaps kind of you. And same back to you. It's always good racing you.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, just, I mean, same as usual sort of thing. You sort of race the same. It's very similar to me. Is sort of sit back and see what happens, because typically with these oval races, well, any kind of oval race like this, towards the end, we're normally going to see a yellow or a bit of an incident with people trying a bit hard and getting a bit more elbows out sort of thing. So I just figured I might just try and play it safe. And I did have something for him, like before that yellow right at the end. I'd saved quite a bit, and I'm like, yeah, you beauty. And I started getting some pace up, and I reckon I had something for the leaders, and then that last yellow come out sort of thing. And yeah, from there onwards, it was just a case of, all right, I don't know if I can win it from here because everyone's on freshies.
Yeah.
And it's just sort of rely on other people's aggression to maybe pick up a couple of spots here and there.
That's right, especially in that scenario where you have a couple of laps to go and, you know, you do save that set throughout the run, throughout the night, and you know that, you know, 8 to 10 of those fast cars up the front there really have that fresh rubber to go. So you know it's going to fly, and they're all going to start, trading paint with each other and fighting for it. So.
Yeah, that's what the late yellow doesn't sort of suit a driver like myself or yourself as well.
Yeah.
We save those tyres to sort of have that confidence, be like, all right, I'm pretty certain all the cars in front of me haven't got as good a tyres.
That's right, and have something to fight with at the end. Yeah,
exactly right. Yeah. So, as we all know, it's about the last lap, not the first one.
Yeah. I'm kind of similar. Like Junior's a bit different. He's younger. He kind of runs with it and dominates the race that way. And I'll be completely opposite, sit back and save. So it's very interesting how all the strategies run. But awesome run at the end there tonight, man, and especially get a podium.
Yeah, pretty happy with that. Like I said, got a little bit lucky at the end there, but better to be lucky than good, they reckon. So I'll take it. But right. No, that was a great one.
Alrighty, well, a fantastic run for you tonight, Matty. Any sponsors, plugs, and shout-outs you like to give before we let you go?
Yeah, man. Of course, yourself and TWRS, or Team Watson Race Setups, of course, for all the help we get from them, or SRM, the whole team. Gets a lot of help from that company, so we can't appreciate them enough. We've got Scotcher Race Fuels, Cut 6 Sticker Co, Ray down at Moondog, a couple of charities that we like to support with Tourette's Syndrome and Alopecia Foundation Australia, and Inside Lane, all you guys putting on the broadcast. Andy jumping in the booth, it's good to see you up here, mate. Did you get in trouble or something? How come you're up here?
Nah, a bit of fun. No, Paul Jackson during the week just said,
I noticed he was in your car,
Yeah, and he goes, tag me in. And I thought about it for a while, and I thought, bugger it, why not? Let's have some fun with it. So, he jumped in tonight and he got a top 10, so really, really pleased with that.
Yeah, he did good, eh? Yeah,
it's good. And throw him in the deep end and then drag his ass up here next week or the week after for the next one.
Yeah. No, that was good to see. So, and UES Electrical, everyone else that helps out the broadcast and jumps in, puts in a hand for Kobe and everyone on board. It's not easy to go all this work, so thank you guys. And of course my team, SRM, always good racing with those boys and good help when I need it. And I believe that's about it off the list. I haven't done this for a while, I'm a bit rusty.
Alrighty, we appreciate you, Matty, and hopefully we're talking to you again in a couple of weeks here.
Yeah, cheers, boys. Oh, and congrats to Roffy, Big Dog, and Troy made the right call too. They're not taking tyres or something, whatever he did there. So, yeah, congrats to those two guys as well. Thanks, boys.
Alrighty, there's your third place finisher, Matty Raymond. And now over to Andy to talk to our runner-up.
Absolutely, T-Dog. Troy Davison, mate. How you doing?
Hey, mate. Fancy seeing you up here.
Yeah, I know, stranger. Mate, P2 tonight, I tell you what, last hectic couple of laps there, I saw you throughout midway of the race watching, sitting there about 5th or 6th, watching these guys at the front throwing haymakers at each other. Pretty good play.
Yeah, just, doing the old fuel saving thing and just sort of letting it unfold out in front. But, sorry, mate, my dog just took off my glove. But just at the end there, I sort of just rolled the dice. I thought, my tyres felt alright, and I thought 5 laps to go. If another yellow comes out, I might be able to save it. And I nearly got there, but they sort of swarmed me just with 1 or 2 laps to go. But then the heavens opened up for me when I think Gazza and Barry got caught into each other.
Yeah, just battling it out towards the end. That was always going to be the case. I kind of suspected there was going to be very close margins at the end there. There literally was. So, definitely good to get a really good run with a straight car and have something to fight with at the end. And it's good to see your usual suspect up there anyway. But tell us about your fuel conservation and looking after the tyres and having something to fight with at the end. What was your plan? You just thought straight out attack, let's go for the win and blow everybody else away?
No, I sort of, from qualifying, I got a 0x, just tapped the wall, so that started me back in 19th, and just usual story, just sort of try to stay out of trouble and fuel save and have like you say, a straight car at the end and someone to play with at the end. But then I think Ryan, actually, I think he blew his motor. I just looked at the replay, and I think that might have brought it that last yellow, which threw a bit of a spanner, but everyone went in for tyres, and I just rolled the dice. I thought, you know what, I'm just going to have a crack and see how it goes, and it sort of half worked out for me.
Yeah, right. On that first stint, when that first caution came out 15 laps into it, was that when you just topped her off and just didn't take rubber and just kept her set?
Yeah, I must have done. Yeah, I must have got tyres then. I didn't feel the tyres were too much of an issue tonight. Like there was a couple of grooves you could stay in that it seemed alright. And my fuel was fine, so I didn't have to fuel save anymore. So I just thought I'm gonna sort of half confident I can make it work if I stay low and sort of try to block anyone coming underneath me. And other than Craig getting underneath me, I sort of didn't do too bad of a job.
Yeah, rightly so, man. You're all racing cars and racing for a reason. But well, I'll throw it over to James. But yeah, my one question to you was relating to, what was it, the fuel, and just saving the fuel and having enough there to the end. When I know there was a late caution, whatever, but when you had that second last caution, was that enough to actually get you to the end on the whole tank, or were you still a little bit short?
Yeah, I was going to get home. I think I had about three or four laps up my sleeve. It sort of worked out alright. I come out of the pits, must have been the one before that, and I was a little bit behind Barry, and Barry's a little bit behind Gary and Craig, and me and Barry both managed to get on the back of them, and I thought, this is sweet, I can just fuel save right to the end. I was going to be, otherwise I was down to like 1 or 2 laps up my sleeve, but once I got on the back, I managed to get it back up to 3, and from then I was going to be fine, but obviously the yellow came out, and it was more than easy then, yeah.
Yeah, no, I knew it was going to be close, but yeah, as you say, that late caution did evaporate it, James.
Yep, a fantastic run for you tonight, Troy. Any sponsors, plugs, and shout-outs you'd like to give before we let you go?
Yeah, mate, yep, usual suspects, all the Sim boys, United Electrical, Hot Toddy Heating Stalls, this whole series, all the associated sponsors, broadcast, all you guys putting in all the effort. Yeah, great stuff, and love coming back each week.
Alrighty, we appreciate you, Troy, and hopefully we're talking to you again in a couple weeks.
Yep, cheers, fellas. Have a good one.
Alrighty, and now it's time to talk to our race winner, Craig. James in the booth, you got a copy?
Hey, fellas. How you going?
Going alright, but not as well as you. That, I don't even know where to begin. First of all, that 4-wide move to take the lead, how big stones did you need to make a move like that and pull it off?
I didn't know it was 4-wide to start with, but that's pretty good. I just said to the boys, if I get the chance, I'm throwing a massive dive bomb in, and then yeah, Troy left a car gap. So I thought I'd jump in there and jump on the brakes late, and it worked out. Got in the groove and it pulled me around the corner, which gave me that half a second lead.
Yeah, that was incredible. And now with 1 lap to go, knowing that everyone's right behind you and how crazy the racing was going, what was going through your mind as you took the white flag? Because you were able to pull away just enough to keep them at bay on that last lap, and I was surprised that you were able to do that you could do that.
Yeah, I was mirror driving the whole time, and them side by side, it helps me so I can take the racing on and just chuck a quali lap in, and yeah, they started fighting behind, which allowed me to stay in front, just like at the start of that last caution where Troy, like, we were too wide behind him and he could just stay out in front. It was the same situation. But yeah, I thought he would have got swallowed, but like on the restart. But no, he held his own, and yeah, he left that gap open, so I took it.
And now, I'm curious on how things were going to go for you if we didn't get that final caution. Were you good to go, or were you still going to need a splash there at the end?
I was 1 lap to the clear. That's why I was sitting behind Gary.
Wow.
If that tells you. And then I was going to last lap, just throw it and go for it.
Wow.
But yeah, I was sort of looking forward to it. No one likes to finish with 5 laps to go from a caution, but yeah, caution happened, and yeah, it worked out for me.
And it certainly put. Go on, Andy.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, shout out, good win tonight, man. Great race, and yeah, I was just surprised with Kentucky being such a tire chew on that right-hand front, how aggressive these guys were all night in swapping positions at the front, and how fast they were going, and yet the tire really, really hung in there. Did it feel like that to you guys, or did it feel like it really went away late?
No, I did 46 laps on one stint, and I still had 50% tire. So
that's awesome.
It's all because, like, we're fuel saving, so that saves tire, even more. So yeah, tires not an issue because Troy was on 30 lap tires at the start of the last caution. Then he stayed out front into the last lap or second last lap. So that just tells you tires didn't really mean much unless you get below your 45% or whatever.
Yeah, that's fair. No, the guys that were running up front fairly aggressively, they were battling it out for laps and going under each other and getting tight in the corners, and that was good to watch. Didn't really seem to phase them too much. They could still just have turn in, 25 or 30 laps into the run.
Yeah. It's good to see them racing, but at the same time,
absolutely.
A longer picture.
I
hate fuel saving races. It's boring.
You guys rock up to race, and like tonight there was no shortage of it because it was pretty much like it was on at the front the whole time, pretty much throughout the whole race. So
I say bring stage racing in. It'll be more exciting for not only the drivers and the viewers, because there'll be no fuel saving, just flat out sprint racing. It'd be fun.
They'd have to leave that to the inside lane gods, James?
Yeah.
Sure. Anyways, a fantastic win for you tonight, Craig. Any sponsors, plugs, and shout-outs you'd like to give before we let you go?
Just the boys at Rogue, especially Parry, putting in the hard yards during the week. He's our test man. MD Sports sticking with us. You guys doing the broadcast, all the sponsors involved. And everyone watching at home. Cheers. And this win goes out to my daughter. She's 8 months old, so yeah.
Heck yeah.
Very nice start.
We appreciate you, Craig, and hopefully we're talking to you again in a couple weeks here.
Easy. I'll hopefully be up here again. Have a good week break, is it?
Yep.
Easy.
Alrighty, there's our race winner, and it's just about time for us to wrap things up, but we got one last piece of business. This week was the first Team Watson Racing free subscription giveaway. And what we're going to do is we have the random wheel of power. Whoever it lands on will be getting a free 1 month subscription to Team Watson Racing setups. Kobe, spin it!
How fast can you go? Okay.
Daniel Blinn, he's going to be getting the free sub.
Nice.
Alrighty, congratulations to Dan. And with that, yes sir, and with that, it's time to get the heck on out of here. But first, let's get a quick closing thought or two from you, Andy, and what was it like seeing everyone from the booth and seeing your car out there?
I don't know, it's a little bit scary actually. Feel a little bit like the third person in a dream, sort of, but no, he did a great job tonight, and it was all pretty much good fun, and chuck him in with the team, and yeah, I'll come away and try and get some tips off him and go for a full send in Vegas and see where we end up in a couple of weeks' time. But no, it was a pleasure. Thank you guys for having me up here tonight, and it was really, really good fun throughout, and I mean, what an action-packed race. I guess I can take that the most away from seeing from this side of the fence is just how intense the racing is at the front. It's a little bit different being in the car because you're kind of just focused on that one thing. But tell you what, seeing it from the outside perspective, absolutely great when you have racing up the front like you did tonight.
Absolutely. With that, it's time to bid you adieu. I'm James Watson, joined with my broadcast partner of Andy Barber and Kobe Jordan. And with that, have a good night, everyone, and we will see you in 2 weeks.
You experience the silence and the serenity, but then the suspense builds as you anticipate a field of 600 horsepower V8s dominating on NASCAR ovals. This is the OzOVals V8 Supercar Oval Racing Series. Are you ready?
And we are under green here at Phoenix Raceway. Oh, blown motor. Stick a fork in him, he's done. Karma being served up there, I think. Oh, they've taken each other out there across the infield. This has been tragic.